We are amazing because our passion is limitless and our drive is intense. Therefore, you will not deny our grind. You are now listening to the Faith, Grind, and Inspire podcast.
Welcome back to another great episode of Faith, Grind, Inspire podcast. I am your host, Gene Alert.
And I am your co-host, Jeffrey Patrick.
And today we have a very special guest. What's going on? His name is JaMir, right?
I'm good.
And Prince JaMir. And I met this young man like a couple years ago, actually. Yeah. And matter of fact, interesting story. Last week's episode, last week's episode, we had a guest, and we were talking about money and kids, and that's actually where we met.
Through
my
mixer. Wow.
No, not the mixer. The event at
your
Brooklyn Swirl.
Brooklyn Swirl, the ice cream shop.
Yes. We met there. Shaka was there. It was Kids Who Bank.
Yes.
Jatali.
That's amazing.
So that's how we met.
Yeah.
It was funny because Shaka came back to the office, and you were so you were embracing Shaka so much, and like I thought you guys knew each other, and then I was like, "Yo, you know her?" You were like, "No, I don't," but she's a queen. And I was like, "All right, cool." Yeah. So it's all about from day one. It's always been positive vibes with you, brother.
Thank you, brother.
I appreciate the work that you've done.
Likewise.
And so tell the listeners where you're from.
Well, just shout out to everybody here, and to you yourself. I mean, this is just another step of greatness that I've watched you do as a black man, and I respect that. And I've always said that to you, privately, but I want to say that publicly. I want to acknowledge that as well. And shout out to you too, brother.
Yeah, definitely.
I like your jacket.
Yeah, definitely. He stayed fresh, right?
He stays fresh.
Definitely.
I'm a singer-songwriter from Brooklyn, New York, but I'm also licensed in real estate as well. I live in the Mill Basin Marine Park, East Flatbush neighborhood. So I do a lot of rentals there. I do like a lot of residential sales there. Right now is a really busy time in real estate, but I've been able to, within the past 2.5 years, I've been able to find a way to merge, infuse, and tie in both of my passions, which allow me now to really be the person that I am, or the person I guess you met that first day, which is what I wanted to talk about, which is like honoring your authentic self. You know what I mean?
We'll get to it.
Yeah, things like that. But that's pretty much a little bit about me. From Brooklyn, born and raised. Family.
Brooklyn in the house.
Brooklyn
all day. Definitely. Okay. So where's your family from? Where's your roots?
My mother's Haitian and my father's Haitian. My mother and father got together when he was 19 and she was 16. According to the story, at that time in Haiti, they were like killing young men. So they fled to New York. I don't know how they did it, but my mom came first, and then she got married with him, and then they brought everybody else over, like everybody, grandma, aunt, and uncle, everybody uprooted. So we've been in Brooklyn. They purchased the house on Maple. And so I am Haitian American.
I got you.
To answer your question.
Gotcha.
So I got fat, y'all.
Yes. So you grew up in Brooklyn.
Yes.
Where did you go to college?
Yeah, I went to FIT.
FIT for fashion?
Well,
or
I studied
business.
There was a business program there.
Okay.
I was actually working at Viacom MTV.
Okay.
In the mailroom at the same time I was going to FIT. There's a certificate degree program that they offer if you elect to not stay within, the 4-year program.
Yeah.
I opted to do that.
Yeah.
So I saved myself on some college loans. But
so it was like 2 years?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's been great for me. And
yeah.
I knew what I wanted to do earlier on.
Okay.
I just needed some paperwork to go along with it and some time at an institution. So that's how I went to school.
So when you say you knew what you wanted to do early on, when was that and what was that?
That was when I was about 11 years old, like from the ages of like 9 to 11. I've always, done music, sang around the house and church and things like that. But I didn't really know that my voice is something that I could make a living from or earn, create a reality from, So That's what that is. In addition to public speaking, or creating like atmospheres where people can talk, which is another form of using my voice, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Outside of music. You see what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So that kind of thing.
So let me ask you something. What, you found out what you were gonna do. You thought you had a pathway. What was the most challenging thing you came across so far? What is the most challenging thing? You're an entrepreneur, and something gotta stump you. Because
it happens.
Yes. That's what I'm asking.
We get bruises. Damn, that's a good one. The most challenging thing. The most challenging thing for me has been, I would just start with myself. I don't want to give a lot of power to a situation outside of myself. You see what I'm saying? But I would just say for me, it's just changing my mindset. I think for me, in the beginning, it has been, you ever heard that term, everybody's not raised like you, or everybody doesn't have the same heart as you? I don't know if that's really how it's phrased.
Something like that.
It's a paraphrase. But learning that as you evolve and as you become an entrepreneur in the world, everyone doesn't have the same, let's say, values as you may have. So you have to kind of learn to adjust, assess, right? And, move forward. So that's what I've had to learn. I've had to learn to allow people, places, and situations to be what they are. And the challenge for me has been in not allowing that to change how I want to operate and how I want to move in the world.
I see what you're saying. So you're pretty much, you're self-made. You'd say that.
I'm self-possessed. And I'm self-directed, but I wouldn't say I made myself. I had my family and people, around me. Nobody just makes themselves, but I'm self-directed for sure.
Self-directed
and self-possessed for
sure. Fair enough.
Yeah,
that's a good one. Yeah. I'll take it. Yeah. I'll buy that for $1.
For $1.29 on iTunes.
I got it. Right. I got it. Oh yeah, you're a singer, so you have to get that 29 cents extra for your.
Listen,
no, I hear you. I definitely understand.
Every click counts.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. I just wanted to, because when you think about being an entrepreneur, and of course the word entrepreneur, it's an expansive term. It reaches all types of different types of fields, and one of the things that is a common thing, or the common denominator that I find, is that the entrepreneur must work with a team.
Yes.
It has to be. So I just want you to give me your definition of a team, and how much do you value teamwork?
Oh, that's a good question.
I'm full of them. I got a lot of good questions.
That's a good question. Teamwork. Okay, so I'll give you a scenario. I have an independent label, Celestial Arts Music Group, right? When we first started, since we want to talk about team, I remember instance, my guitar player, before I had a camera person come on board, we would utilize his cell phone, and he would take photos of the performance, and he would do a lot of stuff. It was just the mindset of, even though he played guitar for me, he didn't mind also facilitating another role, because together everybody would benefit off of that. So, that's just a very light concept of teamwork. Everybody has a different skill set. Everybody's not going to be able to post up a lot of shots. Everybody has a different role that they can play, and as long as everybody works on themselves, I think the team definitely can grow. But if at the same time, if people on the team are not developing themselves, or maintaining in the gym as they should, or whatever they need to do in their off-court life, I'm utilizing sports as an example, or music, because it's a sport also. I just feel as if
you said music is a sport.
I just said that. It just came out. I think I said that's how it came out.
We'll save that for another.
I don't know where that just came from, but I guess utilizing music and sports as an example. I just realized that him, or when I didn't drive, when my bass player drove, he'd pick us up. For the greater good of everyone involved. I think a lot of the times we become so self-interested that we forget that there are other people involved. You know what I'm saying? And it can cause a detriment to the overall culture and everybody that is being involved in a project or in a business. So for entrepreneurs, but being an entrepreneur is a very solo type of walk, because your business, if you make cake pops or if you design shirts, you probably don't want to do that, or I probably want to do it a way that's different than how you want to do it, and you have the right to, go into it how you want to do it. So a lot of the work that you do is in the dark, is by yourself. You spend a lot of hours alone, but there has to come a time where you do come together with other people, and your team, to kind of like take it to the next step. It has to be bigger than just you.
Yeah, it's integral to your success. Your teamwork is a superior part of you being a successful individual, because if you think about it, right? Let's go to sports, right? If we think about sports, football is my thing, right? Football is my thing. So if you think about it, a quarterback, let's take that position. A quarterback is pretty much useless if he doesn't have an offensive line. A quarterback is pretty much useless if he doesn't have a running back that's going to really make people pay attention to him. Yeah. A quarterback is pretty much useless if the receivers are not going to catch the ball. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So just to let you know, you have the New England Patriots. They have the best saying, I think, throughout of all sports: "Do your job."
Do your job.
Do your job. Right? Yeah. If you do your job as a team member, I think the team is going to be successful.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's why I really stress teamwork. And one of the reasons why I'm stressing teamwork is because your mixer. You see what I'm saying? Like, it has a bit of the inner workings of what you use to build teams, the networking stem of building a team. You see what I'm saying?
Wow. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So I took a closer look, and I think that you're definitely someone that we probably would like to talk to about the subject. I know Gene has a lot of things he wants to talk.
And you call it the closers roundtable.
Yes.
So talk about the success. Well, first of all, let's talk about how you started with mixers, because you're in real estate, right? Yes. So I met you in real estate, but actually you sang at my son's first birthday party, right?
Very multi-layered.
It was multi-layers, right? So, but
how's he doing, by the way?
He's great, man.
That's
he's
a cute
great.
Kid, man.
Thank you, man. Very smart too, man. So
of course,
yeah. But after his mom,
Yeah, well, he's like,
I don't got
that's all his mama.
It's all his mama. Right?
I have nothing to say.
Just his personality.
Big up Gainer.
Shout out to my wife, man.
Yeah, Gainer's all right with me, man.
So, talk about how you got into the concept of the mixer, bringing real estate people together. In the beginning, that's how we met. So, why did you do that?
I took a hiatus from music. I didn't answer your question properly, but I opted not to go that direction. But there was a challenge that I faced in music, dealing with a team, and I decided to, okay, Ja, take a step back. You come, reevaluate yourself.
Right.
You know the family that you come from.
Right.
Aisha, they value education above all else. So no matter how good looking you are, how talented you are, you better have a skill set. That's just how it was in my family.
Yeah.
Very bougie Haitian. Shout out to them. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the bougie
Shout out to the bougie Haitian.
Shout out to the bougie Haitian.
We're doctors, attorneys, and all around. So I was like, cool. But so I joined Fifth and Forever in 2015. And
what's that?
Fifth and Forever is the very first real estate company that I joined.
Oh, okay.
Fifth and Forever. Nicole Paulino, she's a Dominican young lady. Herself, Jason Paulino, her brother, and Malcolm Paulino, family.
Got it. So that's where the 5 came from.
Yeah.
Huh?
That's what the 5.
Yeah, they're 5 of them. Didn't you just name 5 people?
Oh, yeah.
Stay with us here.
Yeah, stay with us.
I get a little nervous sometimes.
It's okay, bro. It's okay. No pressure.
But so Fifth and Forever was the very first real estate company that I was with. But when you perform and when you sing, your whole objective is to bring people together. And I realized something. My attitude, and I still have this attitude today. I'm not the Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not $1 million listing guy. That's not my personality. And I found myself starting to become like, oh, this is how you should act now that you're in real estate. And I talked to Nicole. I said, Nicole, I've been meeting a lot of people on Street Easy because, you know, the way I would try to get deals with other agents, you, as a newer person, they can tell you were new on the telephone because your voice would shake, your voice would crack. You'd be afraid to ask for the money that you need. You can tell that you were a novice. So the guys that were, or the gals that were in the business a bit more, they weren't answering your phone calls. You weren't getting into that apartment to show it to your client for that weekend. You had to be aggressive. So I asserted myself. But I wasn't going to step on the other realtor. I said, you know, let me stay in contact with you. Hey, you want to? So I asked Nicole if I can host like an afternoon luncheon at her office. She had a beautiful office. There was like a little balcony rooftop area. And that was the very first real estate mixer that happened. And that was in 2015 at the Fifth and Forever office. I invited Charles Belk from Los Angeles, California. At that time, he had a situation where he was crossing the street. The cops in LA mistake him for somebody else, and they had him sitting on the curb for like a couple of hours.
Yes.
And then he had some connections, and there was a bill that was created now. Jesus, forgetting my head. I do apologize. But it had everything to do with the black man just walking in America being accosted for a reason. But he's a very educated brother, so he happened to be in New York. So I was like, hey, you can be our speaker. And I made the flyer, and it just clicked. So that was the very first real estate mixer that happened at Fifth and Forever. So when I left Fifth and Forever and I went to Rapid Realty, the culture was different for me. And I sold the house there in being 20 days. On the 21st day after the deal was done, I was out.
You were out.
Rapidly.
I heard.
Rapidly. And then one of the other brokers that I work with, Nadine, from JaMir Realty.
Yeah, shout out to her.
Well, let me stay at Rapid. I got to Rapid because of David Jermaine, who's a very solid brother. Who I was doing a lot of deals with him. Again, I would pick up the phone. Hey, can I show 2 Penn Plaza, 17 floors, is it available? Well, blah, blah, blah. You have to develop a rapport on the telephone with the other realtor because they may be on a lunch date. They may not want to take your phone call, so you have to get people to, you know, play nice with you. So I've always treated people nice, and I've always treated them with respect. So myself and David had a lot of deals that we've done together. He was the one who introduced me and said, hey, look, man, we're doing a lot of deals together. You might as well come join Rapid. I was like, I don't know, bro. But it worked out. God was good. Lightning struck. I was part of, my very first transaction there at Rapid Realty from a post that I put on Instagram, which is interesting enough. The culture wasn't what I wanted it to be, so then I left and I joined with Nadine and JaMir Realty, and I just continued to do mixes. I partnered up after Fifth and Forever. I partnered up and we did that for a little while. So yeah, they just started and I just continued. So the Closers Roundtable, basically, to bring it all about, is you want to be a closer in life. You know, if there's a young lady that you have an eye on, or ladies, if there's a gentleman that you have your eye on, you want to go up to them, and close the deal. The deal can be coffee. The deal could be, go to a museum, or, catch a movie. Or if there's a particular goal that you want to accomplish in life, close it, get to it. So the mindset is, let's have a round table where I can bring people together, not just in real estate, but people that have a successful mindset on how to close and accomplish, how to attain their goal. Those are the people that I want to hear from. And there's a panel, and then there's a mixer portion, and at the end, I tear it up with a performance.
I love it.
Yeah.
So he's been doing it for like 4 years now.
Well, three.
Because
I'm only licensed 2.5 years, going on my third. September 9th will be my third year in real estate.
All the best to you, man.
Yes,
Thank
for
you,
sure.
brother.
Definitely.
I appreciate that.
Definitely.
I appreciate that.
Definitely.
So what do you attribute to the success, though? Why can't everybody do this?
Because no one wants to. Getting people together is not easy. If you think it is, try it. Try to get you and 3 of your best friends together, on the same
it takes
day.
a skill. It takes a skill.
This one is working, that one is busy.
It takes a skill.
And then you don't want to be intrusive, and you want people to be interested. I don't know. God is good. I can't
To get that C-level, the C-level people at that corporate level, to get them in the same room is,
it's not impossible, but it's right there next to it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I applaud you, man, because, you know, they talk about real estate being a cutthroat business.
It is.
And you
say it is.
Yeah.
It is.
But you found a way, to navigate through it where you're bringing people on your side. So have you felt any benefits from it or negative effects from it? Have you lost any deals because of it? Maybe you put two people in the room at your event and then all of a sudden that was supposed to be your deal and somebody else ended up getting it, you know?
Yeah, I'm glad that you said that.
Did I bring something up?
Yeah, you brought something up, brother. You know, I think I told my sister, I said, I'm not gonna change for every industry that I go into. That's stupid. I'd be a chameleon. I just want to be who I am, you know? And I'm gonna be who I am, period. I feel as if you cannot control, let me take a step back. The intention. Ever since I watch how people do it, like Tyler Perry, or like how, you know, Tyler Perry's who he is today because he was doing something similar. Well, not real estate mixers, but he was putting on his own productions, his own shows, his own plays. You know what I'm saying? And he was going from this town to that town. I respect people like that. And when I got a chance to be around people such as yourself, I mean, brothers like you, I was like, yo, that's the type of people I want to be around, you know, sharp people. But I didn't have anything to really offer you other than what I was, you know, what I was doing. So I just figured, just be yourself. And I think that's it, being yourself. And sometimes when you do put people in a room together, good things happen. A lot of good deals can take place. And sometimes there's a little bit of a tension that is created. And sometimes, you know, a person that is a bit more self-directed can go up to a person and say, hey, brother, how you doing? Blah, 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 blah. I like your glasses. Blah, blah, blah. You know what? I got this apartment. Blah, blah, blah. And he just knows how to present that. So the atmosphere and the room is there. The tension is there. It's up to you to kind of do that. So that's been the positive. But I pray before everything that I do because
it's a good lesson.
Yeah, like, if people are coming out to see you, if somebody gets in a car accident or their cell phone is stolen, you feel like shit. You feel like it's my event, you know, and they're looking at you like you're liable, you know. So I always like, you know, I'm always cool. That's why I don't stress, you know, attendance, and I focus more so on quality, and I focus on the quality of the atmosphere. When you focus on that, everything else just, you know. Happens naturally.
It's only right. I think that you're definitely on a direct path.
Where do you see it going next?
I just want to be consistent, and I just want people to know, you know, like, we're gonna be in Brooklyn July 8th.
Okay.
On Monday at 333 Lounge. I am not a real estate guru, you know. I'm not. I'm licensed. I'm not the person that's going to tell you to sell your house. I'm not going to do that. I will help you. And I think that's where do I see myself next? I see myself doing more of this, more conversation, being in my community, more with you. You know what I'm saying? Things that we can do, being more of service. That's what I see myself. Because if you can't utilize me, then I'm worthless, you know? So I've worked on my own personal value. And
if you can't be used, you're useless.
You feel me? That's a fact. It's a fact. But I'm not a real estate guru. I had the opportunity to interview Jay Morrison through Hip Hop Real Estate, a guy who I met through Nadine, my previous broker. Again, relationships. And being the only person from Brooklyn or New York to sit down with him for like about an hour and chop it up. You know, and I put that on, you know, it's on my YouTube. But I'm not Jay Morrison. Or I can sit down with Gene, who owns a couple of businesses, who's an entrepreneur, but I'm not you. So I don't want to position myself as I have to be careful to be mindful of my narrative. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with you.
I have a license. You have an apartment you want me to rent to? Cool, but I'm not going to be the guru of all gurus, because
So do you
it's
enjoy
like a
real
false
estate?
prophet. I love it, but
What do you love about it?
I love the commission checks.
Yeah, the money.
I love the look on somebody's face when they send me photos of their new living room, and I helped her pick that house out, and I saw it from nothing, and now she has this picture of her mom there, or that, like, I was a part of that, you know, her picking that bathroom. Like, I'm her favorite person. I'm part
So it's
of
not
that.
real estate that you love. It's helping people and that act of service that you love. It's just that the end benefit is you get, you know, the rewards of seeing somebody happy, but also you get a check along with it.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
you sort of just mentioned the check, but then you spent a
Jokingly.
few more. Yeah, but you spent more time talking about the picture and the reaction and the long term.
Yeah.
You know, and it's all about relationships. I tell people all the time, you're not in the real estate business. People who think they're in the real estate business never do well. I've been in real estate for 19 years, and I'm telling you, I've never really been in the real estate business. I'm in the people business.
People business.
Right? When you help people, you gain more.
Right.
Once you think that you're just selling real estate, everyone sees that and no one buys from you. That's why they can't get listings. That's why they can't get showings. That's why other brokers and other top agents don't pick up the phone for them, because they know that this person's not really out for anything else but themselves and a check. You know, but if you're out to help that person pick out the living room and get a plumber and help them really get through a situation, then that's when you're going to win.
I love that you said that. And you know, Gene, it also helps me. It helps me because what you do for another person is what you do for yourself. Buying a home is the most, well, if it depends on how much money you have and who's listening and what I'm saying. But for the average person, right, living in New York City, right, purchasing a home is going to be the most expensive thing that you ever buy. Not your car,
well, that's
not your
just in
bag.
New York. That's anywhere.
Anywhere, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of first-time home buyers that I work with are very frightened. They're nervous. You know, they go through. There's a psychological walk that they have to walk. You know, what if I don't keep the job? What if? And I think just walking them through that process and just kind of easing them through, reassuring them. It's a lot of psychology. It's a lot of understanding people, and at the same time,
Mount Everest has been in the news as of lately. Mount Everest is like got the highest summit in some parts of the world, and people are now dying, right, to reach the top of Mount Everest.
Yeah.
And they had an interview with one of the first people to climb Mount Everest, right? And he says, what I found interesting, what he said was, the people who are looking to climb Mount Everest now do not love Mount Everest. They don't love it. They don't love the climb. They don't love the mountain. They just want to do it to get the praise and show to their friends that look at my selfie at the top of the mountain, and that's why they're yeah, that's why they're falling off the edge of Mount Everest. You know, I don't want to.
that was good.
I love that. Yo.
Say it one more time for the people in the back.
I mean, I'm just saying. Bree, did you hear that, Bree?
People, yo, that's such a great analogy.
Yeah,
That's such a great analogy, bro.
Yeah, I mean, when you really think about it, I was listening to you guys saying
people are doing it for the selfies.
Yeah.
Man, yo, you know how many real estate people talk about going on a listing appointment, but then they never tell everybody that they didn't get the listing appointment after? And everybody, but the thing is, the dopamine's already got released because they got the likes. They got the gratification, which was instant. So they didn't even, funny thing is, what if they never even went on a listing appointment? What if they just took the picture in front of the crib or that, and just saying, I'm going to a listing appointment, and then they went home.
LL Cool J said there's no future in fronting.
There's no future in fronting.
LL said it. LL said there is no future in fronting.
Even she shaking her head like, that's just a
Yo,
mess.
Bree's like, seriously, people do that?
There's no future in fronting.
They call it fronting for the gram.
No future, there is no future in fronting. LL told us.
Oh my God. So
that's true.
So, big up to LL too.
Yeah, big up to LL, man. So what next? What's next for you, man? Like, I know you have new music, so, and you don't have a guitar. You didn't bring your guitar.
No, I opted to just keep it chill.
Yeah.
Today, I will be back.
Yeah,
I feel you.
But today, no. What's next for me, guys? I'm gonna help. Between now and the end of the year, I'm looking to help at least 10 to 15 buyers. The market right now is good. Interest rates are low, so if you want to buy, get in right now. Buy right now.
Yeah.
Things like that. I have a couple of sellers that are selling. I'm learning more. What's next for me is just growth. 2020 is right around the corner, and I believe that the seeds I plant today will be hopefully what I will enjoy tomorrow.
Enjoy the harvest.
Whether it be in consciousness, in relationships, or in time. I can't predict that, but I do know that I'm gonna be focused. I have access to like you. I text you sometimes, and we talk and things like that.
He doesn't text back.
Yeah,
I know. He doesn't text back. No,
because I'm busy. I'm recording. I can't.
He doesn't care.
Yeah.
He's doing his thing.
But I have access to him, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
but when I do get you on the phone, give me some credit. When I do get on the phone, we chop it up.
We chop it up. It's all good.
Because that's how I am. Everyone needs to understand this, right? When I'm focused on something, I have this laser pointed focus, so nothing else will matter because I'm in the moment. And we talked about this, and my wife asked me this last night. She was like, you keep talking about managing tasks, not time, right? And I said, I can't manage time. Time is always going. It's already, this time already, it's past, right?
That's true.
But this is a task.
Yes.
Talking to you right now, this conversation, this podcast, this is a task. So there's nothing else that matters to me right now except this. So my phone rings, I'm not picking up. Until this task is complete, then I will call the person back, I will text the person back, I'll email the person back.
That's a very good skill that the most successful people have. And I like that you said that, managing tasks as opposed to managing time.
You can't manage time. You can't. People do try to manage time, don't get anything done.
Well, I mean, think about it. Think about this. Who do you know can reverse time?
Nobody.
If there is, I would like for you to reach out, Jeffrey, at faithgrindinspire.com. If you can do that, please, Jeffrey at faithgrindinspire.com.
Bezos might be he might be able to reverse time.
Probably.
I don't know anyone who could do that. But
$150 billion man.
He probably
he figured out a way.
Make some new choices. He make a way.
Yeah, he make a way, right?
No, he can't.
Nobody can.
We're forever set forward.
Yes.
Yeah. There's no reversing. We will never reverse. Right. We're forever moving forward. Ever since the beginning, that before there was time, it was set forward. There's nothing. There's nothing that we can do about that. You know what I'm saying?
That's also something that lets me know, like, life goes on with or without me. So if I'm sitting on my tail doing nothing, then guess what? Time is gonna, because everything is set to move forward.
Well, here's the thing. People ask me. I mean, I got asked this morning, right? Because I do a lot. I got a lot of hats. And I'm the guy. My sister-in-law called me yesterday. I'm at home. I'm also enrolled at Stanford University online course in machine learning.
Oh, congratulations!
So, that's dope.
Yeah, so I'm studying, univariate linear regression and all types of machine learning. So I'm there trying to bust my brain on this. I get a call. It's my sister-in-law. I got a flat. I had to leave studying what I was doing. Go help her, make sure her flag get fixed. I'm that guy. You know what I'm saying? So people ask me, like,
how do you not get tired? Right? And this is what I say. I rest when it's time to rest. But when I'm awake, I am maximizing my time. You're not going to just catch me not doing nada. It's not going to happen.
Nope.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
When did you? Was that a mindset that you had like in your adolescence? Like when did you have that?
Well, as far back as I can remember, right? As far back, and I'm thinking 5 years old. As far back, I would never ever sit still. Ever. I was problematic in church.
It's funny.
I used to go with my Aunt Gwen to church. She got to the point where her stare was weaponized. Right? She's like
weaponized stare.
Yeah, it was weaponized. Like she would look at me and then I was
you gonna get a whooping.
Yeah, right. So
like that look.
Yeah, right. You know what I mean? So I would always, because I know once I go to sleep, that's it. That's it. There is no guarantee. You have no idea what your duration is going to be on this planet. If you do, please let me know how you know that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's why when I'm awake, I am living it to the
fullest.
You will never ever catch me not doing nothing.
I like that, man.
I mean,
that's dope.
It is. Yo, but here's the thing, right? Just to piggyback off of Patrick, Jeff.
Patrick is fine.
Patrick is, yeah. So, people who have a problem with people who do multiple things, wear multiple hats, I'm like, why not? Why aren't you living it to the
You can't have too many jobs as far as I'm concerned. You cannot.
Especially in New York.
You cannot have too many jobs.
Why not? I have a friend in Atlanta. You know DJ Fidelf. DJ Fidelf will sell you the home, renovate the home, DJ the housewarming for your party.
That's lit. That's my kind of guy.
Right?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's how you do it.
do it.
And then you'll see him on the Insta, and he'll do a video, all of this in one day. But guess what? That's how he moves. That's how you're supposed to move. So I love seeing that. Shout out to Fidelf, man. And he's a father of like three kids. He just had another one. Shout out to Egypt. You know? But people like that, with constant moving, constant.
inspirational to me.
It's inspirational.
Well, that's why we're doing this podcast.
Why not? That's why Faith Grind Inspired. And that leads us. Oh, you have something?
No, I was going to tell a quick story on what it means to me to actually, because I was out. Okay, so I'm at Columbia University. I'm in my sophomore year, and
This is an educated brother right here.
This man.
Education.
You gotta listen to episode 55, brother.
Pardon me.
No, the midterm is on. We're midterm week, real quick. So I figure I'm going to get a jump on my midterm paper. I'm going to write it. I'm going to turn it in. And I'm going to get it out of the way. So 2 weeks later, the teacher's assistant come running up to me. The teacher's assistant comes running up. Listen, Patrick, you wrote the wrong thing on this paper. The most I can give you is a C+.
Whoa.
Saying C+ to me is like the most profane thing you can say in your life. You understand? Yeah. That is profanity like you would not believe.
Especially if you put a lot of work into it.
I chase the professor down. The professor's in the bathroom. I run in the bathroom with him, and I'm like, listen.
With the cane?
I go in there. I'm like, Professor Fogg, listen, I wrote the wrong thing on the paper. I need to write another paper. I need for you to extend me. He goes, listen, Patrick, you have until Monday morning to get a paper on my desk. 10 pages, no ifs, ands, or but. I saw the sun go up and go down for 5 days straight. You understand? That's how you take advantage of your time on Earth. That's how you do the task, like Gene said.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
That's what makes it important.
That's a great story.
Consistency, bro.
That's a great story.
Persistence. You know?
Tenacity, I like to say. Yeah,
Tenacity.
I'm a tenacious individual.
Yes, man.
I love it.
You have to be.
Right, Breber?
Breeze like, two thumbs up.
There was a time prior to the little transition while I was studying to get my real estate license, right? Mm-hmm. Man, I got a job. I was working at the Gap. Mm-hmm. No, not the Gap. Diesel. I was doing overnight at
Don't
Diesel.
give a shout out to Diesel.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
My bad. It was like a 7 to 4. I distinctly remember going in the back of the dressing room, and I had my real estate book, and I remember taking a break and I was studying, and I was like, "Oh, you're so boring." I said that to myself, but times 10, your grind, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can learn a lot from different people when you talk to them, just to understand what they've done to cultivate their mindset or to be where they are right now.
That's why my boy brought me on, man, so we could actually turn it up a notch. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, Gene.
So,
yes, brother.
This is a question we ask all our guests.
Okay.
So the show's called Faith, Grind, Inspire.
Yes.
Which one of those 3 words resonate with you and why?
Inspire.
Inspire.
Yes.
Okay.
Elaborate for us, pretty please.
Because inspiration is not something you can touch with your hand. You can't. Inspiration is ideas. Inspiration is a feeling in spirit. Inspiration. Your inspiration will, for your grind to be inspired. I'm an inspirational person. I'm really in tune with certain things that keep me going. And sometimes when my grind isn't the way that it needs to be, I need to, go to that source of inspiration, because sometimes you lose your faith, or not that you lose your faith, but sometimes you feel as if, because faith is a manifestation game. Like, I want a new car because that's the substance. The substance is the car. You want to drive the car. You want this particular type of car. Faith is a house. Mm-hmm. Faith is the actual physical thing. I don't know if they taught us the definition properly, but when you break down, it says the substance of things. So I'm hoping that I can get a CLK 320. I'm hoping that I can get this woman to marry me. I'm hoping I can live in that. It's the physical manifestation of what you're hoping for. But sometimes the actual physical manifestation is not enough. And once you get it, it's like, okay, I got it. I need something else. So keeping my inspiration on my spirit in a certain type of way that allows me to because it's always a different method to get to a goal. You know what I mean? So for me, I would say inspire.
All right.
I like that.
I like it.
Yeah,
I definitely like that. The business tip of the week, I would have to say, being an authentic human being or authentic business person who inspire. Right?
Wow. Yeah, brother. Thank you.
I would agree.
Right? Yeah. I think that's a good business tip of the week.
I think so too.
Definitely.
Something just happened. I don't know what it was, but it felt really good.
It is. No, man. You inspired
really
the
good.
business tip of the week. You inspired the business tip. That's what happened. That's what just happened right there.
I'll play some jazz music to that.
Yeah, no doubt. When you go home, man,
that.
just get jamming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I wanted to share something. There's an acronym.
Yeah.
That's so funny that you say that. If you just look, right, and you just mentioned that so I didn't even know that you would segue into that. That's really good. And that's the thing about inspiration. It takes wherever you are, wherever I am, and wherever you are, and it puts us together, and it's like
Nice.
Amazon, Apple,
Nice.
Google,
Nice.
With the right people.
Faith, Grind, Inspire.
Faith, Grind, and Inspire.
That's
OG
right.
podcast.
Brah, OG.
Cumulus.
Big up to Tim.
Big up to Tim.
My man Jamie.
Shout out to Jamie with the food today.
Jamie, thanks for getting the grub for us, man. Seriously, you're a funny guy too.
This is awesome. I mean, I came here.
He's
a
funny
comedian,
guy.
bro.
Yeah, man, he's a funny guy.
I'm looking at the buildings. I'm looking at the real estate.
Listen.
We're in a
we Madison Square Garden.
This is
Hey,
New York.
did you know there was 3 Madison Square Garden before there was this one? I did not know that. There were 3 Madison Square Gardens before this one in New York City.
Really?
This was like, the latest, of course. But when you look back at the history of Madison Square Garden,
is phenomenal. It actually makes you take a look at who are the real power players in this city. The Garden. You think about that, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're in the Garden.
Yeah.
MSG.
We're not in the basement, man.
Nah, not at all.
Look
Not at
out
all.
here, bro.
Not at all.
But
Not
there
at
is
all.
another room in this building that I'm going to be in. I know I am, and that's going to be the main, the venue stage. But
Yeah,
that-
I'm with you. Just make sure.
I'm speaking it.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah, man.
Stage 17.
Yeah,
I'm
just
speaking
make sure,
it.
Just make sure you send the VIP passes.
tickets to y'all?
Yeah,
Of course.
Make sure
Yeah.
you send the VIP. And don't forget Bree too.
Bree's like, right here, please.
All right, man.
All right, brother. So tell
Prince
the people,
JaMir.
tell the people
Yes, sir.
where they can find you.
So I'm Prince JaMir, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. I put down my website, but my website is going to be rebranded. We have a whole bunch of new content. Prince Ja period MIR _. The Closers Roundtable is a monthly mindset meeting where it's like this vibe with a live audience at 333 Flatbush Avenue. July 8th. Rico Smith, Mad Paper. He's coming all the way from Memphis, Tennessee
Rico.
to Brooklyn. He does wholesale real estate. I have a comedian. There's so many things happening, and I'm looking forward to just sharing them with you all. And thank you for the time and the opportunity.
All right.
Appreciate that.
Definitely. Good looking. Give me a palm. Man.
Yes, yes. I give you two. I give you two.
All right.
So, guys, thank you for tuning in once again to Faith Grind Inspire. You can catch us every single Wednesday. We are consistent.
Absolutely.
Consistently dropping episodes every Wednesday for the past 57 episodes. Now this is 58. Yeah, let's clap it up to that.
58 is a good number.
Yes, 58 is a good number. And that's a special number.
Yes.
So now, thank you to our podcast listeners. Thank you, Spotify, OG Podcast Network, Apple, wherever you listen to your podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for watching the YouTube video. On YouTube, of course, Faith Grind Inspire. Thank you to our producers, Tim, Jamie, co-host, Patrick, Jeffrey Patrick.
Yeah, either
and
way, doesn't matter.
Brianna, shout out to A Blast Films. Thank you for...
How you say your last name? Abdullah?
Abdullah.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you put her government out there.
No.
She's like, oh, boy.
She's good.
She's good. A Blast Films.
I'm going to follow you on
A
Facebook.
Blast Films.
so now-
A Blast Films.
I'm going to follow you on Facebook.
So catch us every Wednesday, faithgrindinspire.com. My personal podcast, my personal IG is Mr. Alert, E at the end. So once again, thank you guys for.
You can catch me at. You can email me. Jeffrey.
Email. You
Jeffrey.
can email Jeff.
Yeah, him.
Jeffrey
hit me up.
at faithgrindinspire.com. So if you
Yeah,
have any
definitely.
questions, call him. Email him actually.
Yeah.
And
Don't
if you
call
wanna-
me because
if
I'm
you
gonna do like Gene and I'm not answering.
For real. If you want to be a guest on the show, please visit our website or email podcast@faithgrindinspire.com. All right, peace. Keep recording. Shout out to Tim. We finally got Tim on camera. This is our producer Tim.
Yeah.
So we got Tim. Yeah.